My partner and I, when we first started, came to architecture through the arts. I still paint. I really love the arts. We're very involved in the arts community here in Baltimore. I was board chair of the Contemporary Museum for 6 years. Been on the boards of the Baltimore Museum of Art and on a foundation that gives money exclusively to the arts. We did a few private art galleries, and since then we've worked on a number of museums, the Maryland Historical Society. We did the City Life Museum with Peterson Brickbauer. We designed for Living Classrooms Foundation, a maritime center that celebrates African American maritime history and has a strong museum component there. We've done a lot, and then also the major one most recently is major renovations to the Baltimore Museum of Art, which is a John Russell Pope building, historic building, and then another addition that we totally transformed the entrance. It was Warren Cox who got us initially involved there. He knew of our work and reputation, and there was a discussion of enclosing the courtyard, which we explored. That was very tricky, but the idea was to create a kind of central space that is kind of the heart of this complex of different buildings built at different times, and to kind of create a there. And we explored roofing over the courtyard, and there were all sorts of complexities there, not to mention the significant expense to do that, but also historic considerations and others. Right. But the intent was to create a heart. We started looking at other ways where we could create that same sense of place that anchors the whole campus in the center of campus, and decided to reorient the entry to and through the courtyard. But then within that, how do you design a significant entrance surrounded by historic and semi-historic buildings and make the statement that this is a progressive institution? The design here was effectively to place a minimalist glass cube as effectively as a sculpture within the courtyard. Willow Construction has been great in this project, and they brought on Bellwether, who is a glass specialist, who really helped us engineer the cube so that we can keep it as minimal as possible and as elegant as possible. In this case, there's no steel holding this thing up. It's glass to glass. And so there's no place to conceal joints to hide electric. There was no place to put lights in the ceiling because there is no ceiling, it's all glass. So we actually have a strip light running around the perimeter in the ground. The approach, being minimal, created some complexities for us. If we were just going to build a box and put windows in it, okay, we know how to do that, that's pretty easy. But there were a lot of challenges with this, and hopefully it's going to look inevitable.